Welcome to MDIA1400 Video Production Basics. I'm Brian Plow. Today's video, Organizing Media in Final Cut Pro, Part 1. Creating keyword collections, managing keyword collections, clip ratings, and a little bit about smart collections. So let's get into it. I've got my Final Cut Pro up. I've got my library already created, 2 events, video and audio, and I have both that are populated with media. Keyword collections in Final Cut Pro are essentially tags or keywords that you can apply to any piece of media, and then in your event browser you can locate that particular piece of media or search for a particular piece of media according to that keyword or that tag. You always see the keyword collections have an icon of a blue icon with a little key there, and if you hit this disclosure triangle you can either hide or reveal your keyword collections, and they appear below the event that those keyword collections are stashed in. So you see that I have 2 right now, and if I click on GoPro, you see that I only see my GoPro footage, and all of my GoPro footage has a blue band above the media, and if I hover over it, it tells me the file name and the keyword collection. And that way, if I'm in video, I see all of my footage, but if I said, I'm looking for that GoPro shot, I can narrow my search. Instead of sifting through dozens of video clips, I can just go right to my GoPro footage and look for the shot that I want. Okay, the reason why we have these already, if you remember from the import lesson, is that we can set keyword collections at the import phase. And we covered this in the previous lesson, but as a quick review. So instead of selecting individual files, what I can do is I can select an entire folder. And remember to select keywords from folders, and you see the result of that is that when all of my GoPro footage was imported, it automatically created that keyword collection, and that everything that I imported in that folder is tagged with GoPro, the same name as the folder name. So that's one way of creating keyword collections, but now that we've imported everything, we can work further with keyword collections in terms of creating new ones and then managing media within our keyword collections. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a keyword collection after import. And so when creating a keyword collection, you don't want to just do it for the heck of it. You want to have a purpose behind it. So for example, let's look at footage that seems to be different than everything else. Remember, we have our aerial footage, silent footage, and all aerial videography, and it's all got this little watermark. So that would be good. Let's create a keyword collection that's just aerials, and make sure that we select all of the aerial footage. We could also select a range of clips by selecting the first one and then holding down the shift key and selecting an entire range. And then what we want to do is we want to bring up our keyword editor, and this is new, so pay attention. Our keyword editor can be brought up using the shortcut key Command K. And up comes a keyword editor. So I've got 5 or 6 clips here. And with our keyword editor, what we're going to do, we're going to go here, we're going to type in aerials. And if I hit enter, automatically a keyword collection is created. And all of those clips that were highlighted now have the blue band and are now a part of that aerial keyword collection. We're going to create another keyword collection, but what we're going to do is we're going to explore keyword shortcuts. And this is for something if you're working on a larger project and you find yourself using the same keywords over and over again. It's faster just to have a shortcut. So for example, B-roll would be a nice one. Remember that from our vocabulary. What about interview? That'd be a nice one. We could have sound effects, music, and on and on. Now this is a smaller project, so I don't need a whole lot of keyword shortcuts here, but we're just going to do this in order to illustrate how it would work and how this is a little bit more efficient. So say for example, let's take interview since this is right here. And so again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of my interview footage. So click and shift click. And instead of typing up here interview, what I'm going to do is just hit Control 2. Automatically creates it according to the shortcut. So again, I've got the blue band, interview, my keyword collection is visible here, and there we go. This is B-roll footage. So again, I could do Control 1. not only does it create the keyword collection, but now when I find future B-roll, that's B-roll, a lot of this is all B-roll, all the way down till we start hitting our iPhone footage, and Control 1, it just adds more to it. So now everything here is just my B-roll. A clip can belong to more than one keyword collection. So say for example we thought, well, you know what, our iPhone footage is also B-roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything that's iPhone and also give it the B-roll designation. So now you see that in these clips, if I hover over it, it's giving me two keyword collections, B-roll and iPhone. So now those exist in two keyword collections. It's important to note that it's not duplicating the media in any way. It's just putting it in two different collections so it's accessible through these different collections here. You can get a little keyword crazy, and for me, when it starts really getting in the way, like if I had 15 keywords here, 15 keyword collections, and I spend more time looking for the right keyword collection, and I'm subdividing my footage too much, then this requires multiple mouse clicks. And so for me, it's possible to have too many. Okay, say for example, you realize, you know what, it's not really necessary to have an iPhone keyword collection. It looks like B-roll. It's a little confusing to have both keywords. I'm going to get rid of this. Control click or right click, delete keyword collection. Now, it's important to note that this does not delete the media. It only deletes the keyword collection. So if I go back into video, I still have my iPhone footage. Say, for example, that I forgot to put a particular clip into a keyword collection, and I wanted to do that quickly. Again, Final Cut Pro is all about the drag and drop. So I can drag and drop and put this anywhere in here. And you see that now that I did that, that clip is now applied to the GoPro. But I said, okay, well, I made a mistake. This is obviously not GoPro footage. I need to eliminate this from this particular keyword collection. I don't want to eliminate the keyword collection. I just want to take this clip out. So I go over here to the keyword editor, and I highlight this particular one, hit delete, and it deletes it from that keyword collection, noting that it is still, the media is still here, it's still in the browser, and it's still in its original keyword collection, B-roll. The next thing we're going to do is handle clip ratings. And this is an added layer of organization that Final Cut Pro provides you. We've established all of our keyword collections, and we're pretty happy with all of that. But now within this, we're going to say, all right, what I want to do is I want to rate clips according to how if they're good or not. And we've got three options. One is to favorite a clip, one is to reject a clip, and the other is to just reverse that and unmark a clip. So say, for example, I really like this one. It's nice that, the garage door opens up and shows, nice lighting and everything like that. And I said, I'm definitely going to use this in the edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this green star or press F. You see what happens there? That clip now has a green bar above it as well. And that's to say, okay, that's a favorite. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is show you how to reject a clip. And to do that, say this clip here, I like this, but just for our purposes here today, let's say we weren't going to use this in the edit. We're going to go down here, we're going to hit this red X, and now it has a red bar above it. And that tells us that, this clip is rejected. Now, at any time, if I say, you know what, I have changed my mind, I think I might use this in the edit, I can either hit favorite, and it reverses it, or I can hit unmark, and it just takes all ratings away. So I want to keep that rejected just for now. Now, what you can also do is you can also say not just clips, but portions of clips. And this is where we get into something important in how we can work with media in our event browser. And that is what we call setting in points and out points. An in point is where we want the media to begin, and an out point is where we want it to end. So say this clip here, you can see that if I scrub through it, it looks like there's this nice tilt up, and then they bring it back down, and then they start it again, almost like a second take, but they just didn't shut off the camera. And so I really like this last tilt up, but I know there's a bunch of garbage before it, right? So what I want to do is I just want to get rid of or favorite the part that I like. So let's start with favorites. So I'm going to find the point where the clip starts, the portion of the clip that starts that I like. Right about there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that my in point, or my beginning point. So I'm going to hover over the edge of the clip until I get those two arrows. Click, hold, and drag to the right and get to that point. Let it go. And now you see that only a portion of the clip is highlighted. If I then select the F key, it just favorites part of that. And I could also do the inverse. I can say, well, I don't know if I'm going to use that yet, but I definitely know I'm not going to use the portion that I don't want. So what I can do is I can take the portion that I don't want, and this is all, again, that kind of outtake stuff, and I can say, well, I want to reject this. There's a bunch of empty footage before the helicopter comes in. Say visually, I just want to select my in point, out point. I can also do this hitting the I key for in point, the O key for out point, and then F key for favorite. Now that we've got this here and we've got some favorites and we've got some deleted clips, it still kind of clutters up our event browser. I'm still looking at this media, but I'm looking at all these red bars and green bars. And really what a powerful method of organization in Final Cut Pro is the filter bar. And this is right above our event browser. And this tells the event browser what I want to look at. And the two that I really use a lot, favorites or hide rejected. So if I hide rejected, watch what happens to the clip below that we rejected with the helicopter flying by. It disappears. It's not deleted at all. It's still there, but I'm just hiding it. And you can always return it back to all clips. And then what I can also do is only look at my favorites. You just see that I have two of them there. And that goes as well for even portions of clips that I reject. So with this one here, if I hide rejected, there's still that clip there, but it excludes the portion that I rejected. You see it breaks it up into two different clips. This is before the rejected part. This is after the rejected part. So again, just to review, we have favorites, we have rejected, we can unrate clips, and then we can filter that out and only show what we want in the filter bar, hide rejected, and favorites. Okay, the last thing we're going to look at today in this video are our smart collections. The new version of Final Cut Pro places a folder automatically in any new library called Smart Collections. Smart Collections are the purple gear icon. All video or audio only. I can look only at favorites, or for some reason if I have still images and I don't have any in this project, I could look only at stills. And also, again, I don't have any projects created here, but if I just wanted to go and look at any of the projects that are within that library, regardless of what event they're in, I can find them here. Create more smart collections or manage media within our smart collections. But for right now, in terms of beginners, this is enough just to describe what this does. And again, it's just an additional shortcut. Okay, just to recap, this is what we did in this particular instructional video. We created keyword collections. We can do it during import or after import. We managed those keyword collections. We did clip ratings, favorites, and rejected, and we looked at the filter bar, and then, of course, a quick look at the Smart Collections folder. Okay, thank you very much.